Welcome to another episode of Crime Pays with Bonnie Dozen. Once again, I'm on the side of the road, beautiful South Texas. I don't know where the I'm at, somewhere near Campbellton off 281, I don't know. Anyway, it's loud as hell, you can hear the road. I'm here with the most gorgeous species of Liatris I've ever seen. Liatris is a genus of about probably 50 species in a sunflower family, Asteraceae. This one, though, is insane. This is incredible. It's so cool, and it's endemic. It only grows in, that is, a small region of Texas on these sandy prairies just south of San Antonio. Let's check it out. Look at it. You see, you gotta brush aside this croton and get a good look at it. Here we go. Liatris carrizana. Look at that thing. You know the blazing stars if you're in the Midwest. Hey, you get a couple Liatris species, Colorado, down through Oklahoma, plenty in Texas. They kind of peter out as you move west and the continent starts to dry out, at least at the lower latitudes. But this one's probably one of the most beautiful I've seen. Right there up with Liatris burgessii. Look, so there you go. There's that, remember, it's sunflower family Asteraceae, so you have a flower head, a capitulum. So what looks like a single flower actually has quite a few flowers in it. You can see 3 individual flowers right there, those white shits. And then they're in that involucre, which just acts like a vase that holds the flowers, okay? And that involucre has those phyllaries, those purple phyllaries, which have been morphed into attractant bracts for the pollinators. The actual flowers themselves are those little white dainty shits. You got those scabbard hairs on it too. This one's got multiple branches, about 18 inches above the ground. You can see the stem right there, just covered in somewhat lanceolate leaves, tapered to a little point, and then once it gets to a certain height, it just opens up. You get so many branches, each with God, probably 40 to 50 flower heads on it, and then each one of those 40 to 50 flower heads has quite a few florets inside of it, true flowers inside of it. Those little white hairy things are the styles, okay? Which, remember, this is the stevia tribe, Eupatorii, the Joe Pyeweed tribe of Asteraceae, so it's got those long-ass style branches. All right, so secondary pollen presentation first. You know, typical Asteraceae thing going on, presents the pollen first, is functionally staminate, is functionally male, then later becomes functionally pistillate female. But look at this fucking thing, look at this thing. God, look, there's so many too. What a fucking bag. I can't get over how nice this thing is. Got a corm down there in the ground that it can die back to, a little storage mechanism. These sand prairies just south of San Antonio, so much cool shit. You can see the sand right there, they're mining it. And this thing is so rare too. It is an incredibly rare plant. Only known from a few places. Look at it, you got a bunch over there. Look at that. I could hang out here all day. I want to know what pollinates it. You're growing with Heterotheca, croton. I seen a Tasahio. Where's my old friend Tasahio? Who's wounded me so many times. Right there. Cylindropuntia lepticalis, okay? Got a Liatris growing with a cactus. Tons of Heterotheca, like I said. Oh, Eriogonum multiflorum. One of the buckwheats. Alright? Most of the buckwheat diversity, that is the genus Eriogonum, Buckwheat Family, Polygonaceae. Most of the buckwheat diversity is out west, upwards of 300 species. In Texas, you get a handful. God, I can't get over. I didn't hear about this thing until, we got Schizachyrium scoparium. Little blue stem, who could forget? Look at the fucking gorgeous color on it. Wonderful beast of a grass, can just really getting the piss beat out of it with the sun and the drought. How did I not hear of this species until recently though? I was looking through a book on a Sandsheet, okay? Really cool, lots of edaphic endemics, lots of natives that only grow on the Sandsheet in Texas, all right? The Sandsheet is a hotspot of endemism. Lots of species that only grow there. That's what endemism is, okay? Endemic to a certain area. That means it only grows there. And I seen this species, I said, holy shit, there's a Liatris in South Texas, because I normally figured it's too hot. I mean, these are the South Texas brushlands. Peyote gardens are only an hour or 2 away. But you got a Liatris growing there. Oh, God. Look at that thing, man. I hope somebody's growing this. Let's go look for some seed. There you go. See, so most of the seed is going to be maturing in a little bit, probably another month or so. But we got this guy maturing already, so I'm going to collect this. Look, this looks like a sunflower seed, well, more like a dandelion, same family. You got those that pappus, that plumose pappus up top, then that's the actual seed. the black stuff in there, that phytomelanin pigment. And you got those little hairs too, little hirsute hairs. God, what a great fucking plant. Blows my mind. Probably so much other cool shit growing over there too, but I gotta get back on the road. Look at that empty calyx of that croton. Such a fuzzy ass plant. You got Acalypha here. The usual suspects, all the usual suspects of the Texas Sandsheet. That Acalypha is nice. It's a nice little fucking fuzzy ass Acalypha. Look at that. Look at those hairs. Got Frolicia there too. Gomphronoideae, weird subfamily of the spinach family, Amaranthaceae. See that white shit with the little white rat tail? It's Frolicia arizonica, I believe. Could be grassless too. I don't know. I didn't consult Flora North America. I don't really give a shit, to be honest. I'll look later. I'm just too enamored with this. And then this weird fucking Indigofera. See that? It's a shrub. It's a shrub Indigofera. Indigofera. Which is a pretty well-distributed genus. I've seen some in South Africa. I've seen some, got some here, of course, in Texas. Miniata's the normal one I see. It's just a little crawling one. That thing's a fucking bush. See, there you go. There's those tiny little flowers. None of them are open. A typical bean-shaped flower, unopened bud. Oh, nice. It's the sand endemic. Oh no, that's a Ceta. That's Ceta. I think that's Ceta lindheimeri. It's one of the localized Texas Ceta. Same family as this guy though, which is the native Sandsheet Sphaeralsia lindheimeri. Yeah, after this German guy named Lindheimer, who was doing all this botany stuff down here, I think 100 years ago. That little blue stem looks good. Look at this shit. Look at this. I think that's Helianthus praecox too. Look at that. That is really something else. Looks like a fucking hyacinth. Should have been Liatris hyacinthoides. What a banger. How is this not in cultivation? What the fuck? Hopefully it will be now. I'm going to get some seed, bring it to my friend James. He'll grow the shit out of it. And I'm going to come back in a month or two when these are all done. I'm going to get more seed. Oh, there you go. And since it's South Texas, you got to have a giant billboard for a personal injury attorney. That's a fucking industry down here. Holy shit. You know, I don't know who I hate more, the attorneys or the insurance companies. I kind of hate them both. Probably the insurance companies more. They're all money-worshipping pigs, though, when it comes down to it. And we got our native grass, Cenchrus spinifex, mean motherfucker. Those are the seeds. They're just trying to get around. Might cause you a little pain. Use you as their dispersal method and then cause you a little pain. Step on them barefoot. Holy shit. You know? You got to learn the hard way. That's another little legume, another little pea. I think this is Rhynchosia senna. Very distinct leaf texture. You got the triphid leaves, leaves the three. Look at the venation. Flip it over. Pediomelium rhombifolium grows around here too, but it's got hairier leaves. It's a cool fucking pediomelium too. This, I think, is Croton michoii, if I'm not mistaken. Look at how wide the nodes are. It's mostly just stem. All right, if you're more than 20 feet, more than 15 feet away from it, you won't be able to see it because it's so wispy and elongated and airy and filamentous. And then here's those flowers. Here's a couple staminate flowers at least. And it's got those scales on it too. Scales on the leaves and scale-like trichomes on the stem. You know, those stamens all poking out. It's a cool croton. You know, there's a million crotons. They're all pretty fucking cool. I think there's like 1,300 species in the genus. Oh, look at that, though. Look at that. Look at the fucking Liatris. Yeah, I dropped a lot of F-bombs. I gotta tone it down. They're gonna censor me. Oh, that's nice. That is a true sand prairie Liatris. The crotons and all that shit. Look at this. Barely any cover. Just little blue stem. You see that little blue stem there, you know there's not going to be cover. That's a specific type of, that's a signifier of a specific kind of habitat. Those sand prairies. That little blue stem grows with that Texas apricot too. That Prunus texana. Someone's trying to argue with me about a common name. Well, actually, the Texas apricot is reserved for Prunus though. It's a common name. Don't use a fucking common name. It's an easy way to get over it. It tastes like an apricot, looks like an apricot, it's a fucking apricot. And it grows in the sand prairies. Actually, not too far from here. These sand prairies are cool. They're a threatened ecosystem down here. See that? there's one of the reasons they mine sand, you know, so they can build concrete for all the stupid bullshit we put. Yeah, I don't mean to be too indignant. I like to be a little indignant, not too much though. I got a lot of indignation for a lot of the shit going on today though. Misaligned values, como se dice. Huh? Unenlightened primate neurochemistry, that's what I call it. Oh, I can't get over it. That thing is just, it's too nice. What do you call it when it's too nice? Yeah, you get the florets poking out looking so good. All those little hirsute hairs. Ugh. Oh, it's my old friend Argiope. I love these guys. They're nice, you know. They always kind of spook me a little bit. But, you know. Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. We're not fucking with you. Oh, the thing ain't gonna focus. There we go. Giant. It looks slightly different from the Argiope I'm used to in the thorn scrub, though. But we are a little bit north. We are just south of San Antonio. San Antonio, of course, is home to Taco Palenque. Location numbers 375 and 370. Actually, I wish. I think there's only about 45 locations of Taco Palenque. But when I do die, I want someone, aside from the Volto, I want someone to sprinkle some of my ashes in the salsa bar at Taco P. Preferably not in the food. You could just go on the ice, but I do want to be, you know, commemorated that way. So majestic, so soothing. You know, I don't want to puke in my own mouth anymore after looking at that personal injury attorney billboard, okay? Or the car dealerships, or the bank landscaping, or being inside a Walmart. This is the ultimate spiritual soothment. Oh, a remedy for all the nauseas, the human nauseas of the modern day. Those fucking leaves too. Nice form to you, buddy. You got a real nice form. I wonder how big that root is, though. I could never dig one up. I couldn't bring it upon myself, even for an herbarium voucher. But, you know, there's probably herbarium vouchers on SciNet. You know, you go to southwestbiodiversity.org. But I think they got this under a different taxon name. I don't know. Maybe it's elegans, variety cares. I don't know what the shit it is. It's a fucking beautiful Liatris, though. Yeah, there's those seeds. See that? Look at them. Rather large. You got those, that plumose pappy, plural, on top of Monarda, fruticulosa, another Sandsheet endemic. Again, usual cast of suspects. Alright, you see the same stuff on the Sandsheet, on the Texas Sandsheet. Como se dice edaphic endemism? Nice. Edaphic referring to substrate and soil. Oh, look, you got Nidus scolus texanus. Mala mujer. It stings, but it doesn't sting that bad. It's not stinging me right now. I'm sure if I put it in my mouth, it would sting me. But it's got edible relatives down in Mexico. In fact, I bought one off a granny at the flea market. It was Nidus scolus. I forget what species. There's that Monarda. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. The shit is this? This is Pityopsis? I'm going to say Asteraceae. Look at those laciniate hairs coming off the margins of the leaves. Those alternate leaves. It's probably Asteraceae. I don't know about that though. I don't know. Gotta find a flower to ID it. Oh, Polygonaceae. There you go. That's a nice one. Look at those flowers. Cleomaceae is the family. Same order as mustard. Same order as brassica. Brassicales. And look at all those little glands on there. Can you see it? Oh, it stinks. It almost smells like it should be in the sesame family. Pedaliaceae, because they got a lot of stinky fucks in it too. Look at those exerted stamens. See that? So extra. Just popping right out those corollas. Almost looks like a pea petal, but it's got those 4 sepals on the back. See? 4 meris flowers. Kind of like the mustards, which are distantly related to. California bladder pods in the same family. Oh, we got a Mentzelia too. What is this? Nuda? It's a moth-pollinated flower. Huh? Look at that. Look at all those stamens, and then quite a few staminodes too. Lamiaceae, the Velcro leaf family. There's the fruit, the little capsule. See that? You can almost see the old, well, there's the old sepals, but the old petals fell off. It's a nice one. It's always a nice one to encounter. You know, I'm wondering if these leaves, if this is actually the Liatris, if it's got dimorphic leaves. You know, if this is before it flowers, because none of these are flowering. I haven't seen a single goddamn one of these plants, whatever this is, this species, flowering. But then it's co-occurring with this, and it's definitely a composite. It's definitely Asteraceae. I could tell that. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. It might just be the same leaves of this. But look, the leaves of this Liatris look way different. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? You know, only way to tell is to grow this fucking thing out and see, you know, see what the first year leaves look like. Oh, I'm getting bit by chiggers and ants. Nice. There's that Eriogonum multiflorum. Look at the undersides. Woolly. So woolly. This I've grown out. I got this in my yard. Just sowed the seeds that came up the next year. They were great. Sowed them in fall. They popped in spring. Look at those tiny flowers. All right, and again, like all members of genus Eriogonum, you got an involucre and then a bunch of tiny 9-stamen flowers. 9 stamens. You can see those little pink anthers in the back. 9 stamens for each little white flower, and you got numerous flowers poking out of those little green involucres. Like a vase that holds the flowers. All Eriogonum do that. Ah! God damn it! That's nice. That's real nice. That calms me down. You know, you come home from work, and maybe you want to throw a brick through a bank window or drive your car off the edge of a cliff. You know, you're feeling bad. Get this in your yard. Come look at this. All right, meditate. Calm down. Soothe. Don't play into the conflict algorithm. Just look at some nice shit. This is nice shit that lasts. Not the shiny shit that'll lead you into a fucking void. A spiritual void. You know, the expensive shit? You know, primates comparing status symbols. Small-minded primates comparing status symbols with each other. You know? You got an expensive car or a fancy-looking house, or worst of all, a nice-looking lawn. It's all bullshit. You don't need it. You need this. Ugh. I'm gonna get some seed. That's all I got. Have a great day. Go fuck yourself. Bye. You know, I always like to stop at the rest stops because, you know, you see a lot of good plants there. But it's not the season for plants right now. Everything's been hacked to the ground. I just came in through with a brush hog, knocked everything down. But it is the season for giant fucking moss. Look at this guy. Hanging out during the day, just waiting. Okay, waiting for a night when he can come out. All right, doesn't have to worry about getting nabbed by a bird or something. Look at his fucking massive antenna. What a fucking cool animal. God, look at those. Ah, what a fucking beast. Oh, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You juicy fuck. Look at that thing. Yeah, Polyphemus. She's a Polyphemus moth. They're a generalist. So it's not, that doesn't need a specific host plant. He's not a specifist. All right, they could use, you know, oaks. The caterpillars can use a multitude of different species. But this guy is, this certainly is large as fuck, just hanging out, just hiding out on the black brush. Oh, there we go. We just missed the golden hour, the quintessential Edwards Plateau sunset. I'm about to get rolled up on. What are you doing? Just stay off my property. Quintessential Texas scene. Look at all the frog fruit. Look at all the phyllonatta flora. It makes a great lawn replacement. Wonderful native plant. You get a different ecotype further south than this one with narrower leaves. It's amazing how drought adapted. It's grown in a low area right now, but they're amazingly resilient when it comes to drought. That's why it makes such a great lawn replacement. Plus you can mow it, which Texans love to do. Anyway, look at this plant right here, Euphorbia marginata. All right, look at this showy bastard. Amazing. Unappreciated by so many, despite how much it lights up. Look, the fucking wasps love it. Despite how much it lights up the late summer, early fall sunsets in that landscape. Anyway, look at this right here. What you got, basically, you got these showy bracts. Euphorbias, of course, have a very weird flower morphology. One of these things is an inflorescence, okay? And those 5 things aren't petals, because that's not one single flower right here. That's a cyathium, all right? So it's an aggregation of male flowers, and you got that female flower in the center. You can tell it's a female flower because it's got that giant 3-carpelled ovary. And again, these big white, these showy white poinsettia looking leaves. Poinsettia minus the red, like a white and green poinsettia, okay? Those are just bracts. They're just attractant bracts. But regardless, this thing is putting out a shit ton of nectar. So look at it. You can see, you get the little nectaries. You can see the staminate flowers. Each one of those is not a stamen, it's a staminate flower. Each one of those little stamens corresponds to a staminate flower. Again, cyathium. So that refers specifically to the genus Euphorbia. Every species of Euphorbia, all 800 species, however many goddamn species there are, has a cyathium. Cyathia plural. Really cool inflorescence right there. And it's not considered a flower. One of those is not considered an individual flower because this ovary right here is its own unit. So you have the stigma right there. This is its whole own unit, separate from the 5 other staminate flowers, the male flowers. Euphorbia is a really cool genus. You get a lot of them that look like cacti in places like the African continent. I've seen a lot of weird leafy euphorbias in South Africa, as well as some stem photosynthetic ones that look like little small cacti that turn their peduncles and both peduncles and petioles, their flower stalks and their leaf stalks, into spines. But this is our own native Texas one, Euphorbia marginata, everybody. If you're not planting this in your garden, here, you're an asshole. I'll give you a break. But now you know about it, so you can go do it. If you still have a lawn and you're not using it to play soccer or fucking graze cows, then you're an asshole. We'll say that. All right, I just offended about half the audience, probably. I know there's some of you guilty lawn owners who refuse to convert yet, but so much habitat's been lost, man. You got to do it because you know, the lawn's a sick cult. All right, your kids don't like playing in it. All right, and they especially don't like playing in all the pesticides and herbicides and other nasty shit you got to spray on it to keep it alive in this Texas heat. Yeah, look at that nice woodland. Juniper, oak, and Texas persimmon. Wonderful Texas scene. Wish I could have got the golden hour. You still got some alpenglow on those limestone hills. Anyway, that's all I got. Look at so many wonderful native grasses out there too. That's all I got. Have a good rest of your day. Go fuck yourself. Bye.